So major news dropping here from Maker Dao, potentially going to dump their USDC off of the back of the recent regulatory clampdown on centralized stablecoins, as we saw with the whole Tornado Cash instance. Check the video I'm going to leave just above now if you don't know anything about Tornado Cash and the blacklisting of Ethereum addresses. It's a very important video I did create the other day. Didn't get many views, but these kind of boring subjects often don't. But you can see the repercussions are actually occurring from this right now. So this is making DAI, the Maker Dao stablecoin here, really think about their positioning for the future, because they are backed by a load of USDC, and if that can be blacklisted at any moment in time, DAI is meant to be a decentralized stablecoin, kind of makes a mockery of that. So let's go through this major news here. The Maker Dao co-founder proposes dumping 3.5 billion USDC reserves for Ethereum. So profound potential impact here for Ethereum as well. That would be a huge amount of buy pressure on it. And so we're going to go through exactly what this means here. This is both crazy times due to the fact this regulatory change here with the Treasury over in the US, enforcing this kind of blacklisting, putting these Ethereum addresses onto a list of entities that are pretty much made up of nefarious characters and enemies of the state. Just crazy stuff. So back on Tuesday, Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire said that Circle were forced to comply with the Treasury Department's sanctions against Tornado Cash due to Bank Secrecy Act requirements, and as such, it's used its authority to freeze USDC in all sanctioned addresses and related entities. I.e., this means Circle, USDC have to play ball here, and they've begun the process of blacklisting some addresses, but where does this end? They blacklisted about 40 addresses, but this is just, phase number one of this regulatory crackdown we're going through now. I think this is the first innings, and a lot more could, potentially happen here. So some of these DeFi protocols need to be very aware of this and mitigate this by moving away from centralized stables. DAI here, market cap is around 7 billion total DAI in circulation. And if you actually go to the right-hand column over here, you can see the makeup. So the collateral that makes up DAI directly. USDC around 50% here, but you can also see some of these other pools of assets here make up USDC as well. So if these are tainted potential collateral types in this, it means DAI is almost 80% backed by USDC. So a very unhealthy position, but at the base level around 50% here. So the kind of lower boundary to upper boundary there, depending on how you're slicing the pie here, somewhere between 50 and 80%, 3.5 billion, maybe up to, a bigger number on that. But crazy stuff here. Eric Voorhees spotted this one straight out the gate. Once the blacklisting started to occur, he said, "Dear Maker DAO and the DAI community, you should start unwinding your USDC collateral immediately and converting it to stables that are more censorship resistant." And there's quite a list of decentralized stablecoins out there with quite low market caps, so this will be interesting to look at today and do some research into. He actually proposes that maybe LUSD should be part of the basket, because it's unlikely one decentralized stablecoin could fill this huge void here being left behind. So this was a conversation over on the Discord of Maker Dao yesterday. Rune is the CEO, creator of Maker Dao, and he says, "I've been doing some more research into the consequences of the TC sanction, and unfortunately it's a lot more serious than I first thought. I'll be discussing it tonight's call, but I think we should seriously consider preparing to depeg from USD." So this means obviously dumping all that USDC and taking on ETH would mean that DAI would no longer be backed to $1. It would depeg and maybe float at a particular range, or maybe they would set somehow algorithmically a new stable price point for it. So for example, maybe it'll be $1.15, just as a number thrown out there. And further within the conversation, this Rune guy here actually put to YOLO into ETH, which is quite an amusing statement to make with such profound consequences across the DeFi landscape. So I'm sure this will be a story that further unfolds. Vitalik actually had his own little chiming in here. He said, "This seems a little risky and a terrible idea, because if ETH drops a lot, the value of the collateral would go way down, but the CDPs, the collateralized debt positions, would not get liquidated, so the whole system would risk becoming a fractional reserve." So MakerDAO is a collateralized debt position, i.e. you put in assets over the value of the amount of DAI that you can actually withdraw. So say you put in 110 USDC and you can withdraw 100 DAI. Then if USDC was to nastily depeg, then the liquidation engine would be able to liquidate the USDC before leaving any bad debt in the system. If you do understand how CDPs work. But if it becomes fully backed by Ethereum, this leads to a whole different ball game here, due to the fact you've got an unstable asset actually being the main collateral type. And as he says in this, there would be a risk of becoming a fractional reserve at that point. So profound potential changes could be on the table here, but this made me think, what are the next steps here? People are going to start aping into other decentralized stablecoins. What are the potential ones that are to, be on the list to watch out for? Rye reflexing. Well, this is one that's got previous praise from Vitalik himself. He likes the makeup of Rye as a decentralized but non-pegged stable asset. This one is made up at a collateralization ratio minimum of 135% ETH, and then you can withdraw the Rye stable. So this is the token here, the Rye Reflexer Index. Stablecoin in name, but not so much in practice. It hovers around a kind of stable area, which was around $3 previously. But you can see a bit of a downturn here to around $2.90. This one does need a bit of work. I think within one of the Vitalik posts over here, someone's got a clever response here, saying that maybe they should create a peg stability module with Rye. Response: yes. So if this did have more peg stability, maybe this would be a better stablecoin to use within DeFi, but as you can see, it does fluctuate quite a lot. Looking into the Reflexer ungovernance token, so this is the second token within this makeup here. This one's had a huge pump recently, but you can see that the total market cap of Rye here is just $14 million, so not a huge amount circulating. And then the ungovernance token here has a market cap of around $12 million, but had a huge pump over the last 2 days off the back of this news, going from $28 to over 60. So you can see that people are positioning themselves into outcomes where decentralized stablecoins really lift off here, and primarily looking at these second tokens within the protocol makeups. But this one does look a little bit overvalued. 12 million market cap to 14 million of underlying stablecoin assets doesn't make a huge amount of sense for me at this moment in time. And then we have this one, Liquidity USD. This is the one that Eric Voorhees has been talking about. It's been pretty stable over the last year, fluctuates between around 99 cents to $1.02. It's currently at $1.02, has a market cap of 187 mil. This one again is fully backed by ETH as its collateral. And I think if you want a decentralized stablecoin and you can utilize a non-stable asset to back it, it's got to be ETH due to the fact it is uncensorable. 110% collateralized ratio as a minimum is what they go for, but you can see that 625 mil in TVL means that users are, collateralizing a lot more higher than that. 110% is very damn low. You can get liquidated very, very easily on that one. Again, this one has a 2-token system, no value accrual to Liquidity, the LQTY ticker here. Market cap $91 million, pretty much a down-only chart. So this one, in terms of an investment for the kind of governance or second token in the model, doesn't look that great to me. Someone who's been chirping up yet again, Danielle Sester, maybe they will make a comeback with Magic Internet Money here and the whole ecosystem that they're planning to build out. So he tweeted out, "You know why I built MIM spell? Now you can see clearly that DAI is just a USDC wrapper." He's put together a few threads lately on his moves forward for MIM, for spell, for ICE, all of his bags. Of course, this one was totally wrecked. His whole reputation went to shit, really, over the Wonderland time fiasco, where lots of people lost a lot of money. So whether his reputation can be redeemed or not is yet to be seen. But his protocols typically do work quite well, primarily MIM and Spell. Magic Internet Money, the dollar stable coin, only has depegged around 1 or 2 cents on a few occasions here, even through all the market volatility. So clearly his liquidation engines and his tech works wonders. And the Spell token, the second token in the setup here, the current market cap 144 mil. This is 2x off the ultimate lows over the last month here. No major tick up, but maybe this one will come bullish once again. And if you do actually stake Spell, you can actually get protocol revenues sent to you in the form of MIM, the stable coin. So to be honest with you, this one, as a bit of an underdog in the race here, is one that was probably worth taking a punt on. Whether I would do that right now with the regulatory uncertainty, I think not, due to the fact we've seen innings one in this week with all these blacklisted addresses due to Tornado Cash. But where is this going to stop? I'm sure that the authorities are going to go further here. So if we are going to have some form of crypto meltdown around stablecoins, around scrutiny, blacklisting, all these things, then maybe it's best to hold off for some time. But I certainly think doing some research into the stable coins that are not centrally controlled and that cannot be blacklisted is a very smart thing to be doing right now. I'm very much interested in Frax as well on here, but I think there'll be some big movers and winners within this list here. And if they've got secondary tokens that capture value or give revenue to holders through some staking method, these are the ones that could potentially be the big winners during the next cycle. So just my 2 cents on what I'm thinking about right now with this breaking news from Maker Dao. And then just to finish, official, the Ethereum merge has been scheduled for September 15th, the Thursday, or 16th, the Friday. So that is an update overnight here. Previously thought it was around the 19th, but no, 15th/16th of September for the merge. And of course, if you have $3.5 billion worth of Maker Dao USDC coming to buy ETH, if that is confirmed at any stage, that will also be some great pumpermentals for Ethereum as well. Drop me a comment down below. What do you think of the stablecoin debate here? Should Maker Dao dump their USDC for ETH, yes or no? Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.